Alright, so here we go. This is Minju and Tuna. Oh shit! With Way Of BJJ. So white belt survival. So Kimura is one of the situations that you're gonna end up in a lot. Alright. So that means for Kimura, in order for them to really properly finish it, right? So first of all, the most important thing for them is to, again, get a really good grip on here. That's behind my elbow, right? So this way my elbow cannot just slip out. And then they're also going to trap my head, whatever way they can, right? So common way is to step over like that. Now they have trapped my head, and then I'm fucked, right? And then another way would be like they're going to like a north and south, right? And then they're using their knees to like pinch me like this, yeah, like that, and then like that, and then and then I'm also going to get tapped out really quick that way. Right, so as a white belt, well, any belt really, the first key is to always make sure that your head doesn't get trapped. Right, so let's go over a few things that you can do. Right, as soon as I know that he's going for the Kimura, the very first thing I should do is to try to get my arm closer to myself. Right, because when it's far away from my body, I don't have a lot of strength. So I want to get it closer to myself. And the best way to do that is actually for me to move closer to it rather than trying to bring it in, right? So I want to move my own body closer to my hand. So this way I can start getting I can get my arm back in, all right? Once I can get my arm back in, then I want to keep it nice and tight to my body like this so I can buy myself some time. This is only going to buy myself some time. It's not, the best way to defend it. So once I buy myself time, now the other hand here is going to prevent the step over, right? I don't want my head to be trapped, so I'm going to start by putting my hand here, right? You can put my hand right here, so notice that I'm using closer to my elbow right here. So I have a lot of skeletal structure that's doing it, right? So if my hand is here, now if he tries to step over, then I can start pushing myself under him this way, right? And the more I push, then I start from the far hip, now I get to the close hip, and then I can start walking out this way. Once my head is out, I need to make sure I keep my back nice and flat on the ground. If I start turning, then he's gonna take my back, or he's gonna trap my head again, or go for the armbar, whatever, right? So I need to make sure my back is completely flat on the ground as I walk, right? If I can keep it flat and walk, then my elbow will pop out. And then if they just hold on to it super tight, they just don't let go, then you can start actually catching your own attack from there if they don't let go. All right, so again, this is very, very important to understand. There are two battles, right? So the first battle is to keep your arms safe, so you buy yourself time to start working the other escape, which is to not let your head get trapped and spin around. And here is another situation that is super important. If somebody is really, really strong, all right, and then you cannot get your head out, all right? So let's see. Let's pretend he's the strongest person. Heavy. Let's pretend Tuna here is the strongest person in the world, right? So this is another scenario that happens. Would be he gets the Kimura grip right here, right? So I did all the right things. Right? I'm trapped in this, but because it's so strong, I'm just not able to get flat onto my back, right? So if somebody is really strong like that, so I'm actually gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna turn this way, right, to turn into him, and then when I turn into him, he's gonna respond appropriately by either. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Oh shit. So I'll go slow. Right? So he's super strong, I'm turning in this way, and then I'm gonna use the momentum to drop back this way. Right? So now I'm doing it 1 and 2. And now I can do everything else just like that. Alright? So again, it's just an interplay between the two different directions. And that is how you survive and escape a Kimura. So a lot of people say, hey, what if the person really traps you? The hand is already behind the back, and then he has already stepped over your head. If that happens, you fucked up so much, you should tap. You deserve to be tapped if you let it get to that point, all right? So it's always about getting ahead of the attacker so you can get up, all right? And that is white belt survival Kimura.